Hi, live. I'm still trying to go live. Hi, everyone. Hi. Good morning. Thank you for your support. Okay, so I'd woken up earlier today to test out what we started yesterday, and just going to like Facebook groups to get people specific Facebook groups, and I was actually able to come across like a winning post. So when I say winning post, a post that kind of like aligns with the safety side of things that we're looking for, and somebody had asked a question that they want to go to South Africa, but they're scared because they're seeing a lot of videos of people saying that they could get mugged, they could get robbed, and all of that. And so underneath that kind of post, is it a post? Yes, the post. They were like comments. I think in that comment I saw like three different people who had said they had gone to South Africa and then they were robbed, and a couple of cases. So I started messaging them. A few of them I was able to send a message to. Well, as always, the problem with Facebook, you can only send like 5 DMs, and I think I've sent 3 DMs and I've been restricted. So we're gonna pop back into my desktop, and we're going to find more. And what I'm going to do is at least try to find two other people who I'm able to send messages to, because with my Facebook, I want to be very careful to not get restricted, right? Yeah, still have it. I said a couple of things onto my Facebook, so I shouldn't get restricted now. Yeah. And again, another thing I've learned, okay, well, aside from the restriction, is the fact that with Facebook, it might be a lot of work. It may not be like TikTok, where I could just go in the comments, see whatever aligns, and then send people countless messages. With Facebook, it's not like that. So, what I've decided to do is that so that I don't keep going back to the same thing or missing out on people, is that I've decided that if I see somebody and I feel like their story is great, their story makes sense, or they've gone through the same thing actually, like maybe they've been to a place, they've been robbed, I'm going to just like copy the link to their profile, and then the next day I'm going to send them a DM, right? So what that means that, anyways, we're just basically working with what we have, and it just means that we have to carry some things into like the next day, if that basically is what like works right now. Mm, there's no better way actually. I wish there was one. It's just Facebook restrictions. And I don't think a lot of people haven't caught on to these restrictions. Anyways, I guess it's only marketers that'll just be affected, because people who are already on Facebook, it's like a friend of friend kind of thing. If the person is a friend, you don't need to, you won't run into that kind of thing. It's because they're not my friends. First time I'm chatting with them, that's why I'm running into that. And so one other thing I'm doing is that for people that I'm unable to DM, I'm sending them a friend request, so that for a few of them, if they get on my friend request, if they get on my friend list, then it's easier to like reach out to them. And somebody had responded to me yesterday, so they were also scared when traveling, and they were, because there was a typhoon in the Philippines a couple of days ago. So yeah, uh, yeah, basically. Okay, so for this purpose, I'm going to just continue my Facebook on my mobile, because the truth is that this is my Facebook. I despise the stress that comes with using my laptop, my desktop for Facebook, because I'm always clicking, I'm always looking at stories. What that means is that if I go to somebody's profile, right, even if it's under comments, if I have like 5 comments to go to, if I have like five people to reach out to in the comments, it means that every time I leave a comment to go to the next one, first of all, I have to go to their profile. Then from the profile, I go and send them a DM or a friend request. And by the time I'm coming back, it means I have to start over again. I don't think that's a great use of my time. So yeah, mobile. But I'll go ahead to also share what I'm doing using my desktop. I will go ahead to share my screen now. Can you see this person I messaged? This is okay. Let me message them. A Suresh. How are you today? I saw your post in Taurus. Maybe been to celebrate. Also true. Oh, the experience. Alrighty. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and I'm supposed to reach out to this person. Yeah, I'm coming here. Tourist Dublin. Yep. Alright, so this is the hell. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna come back to my Facebook, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Tourist Dublin. Yep. So I'm here. I'm just looking for posts where the person is asking questions around safety, like if a place is safe, if they run into a problem with an Airbnb and the tower, what should they do? Yada yada yada. I'm looking for those, and then I'm also going into the comments of those to find things that can help. This one was traveling, and I think their in-law had like a heat stroke or something. So not a heat stroke. I don't think an heat stroke is uh this intense, because I mean the community had to raise money for them. So okay, which airline with free ticket? And I think CBT again. But anyways, this side of things takes like a lot of patience and just like getting my skin in the game, because sometimes I would have to like scroll 30 posts before I see what aligns with what I'm looking for. Because again, this is like a tourist helpline group. What it means is that people are doing a lot of things. One of the things I see happening the most is people are asking about airlines, people are asking about airline tickets. They're sharing their thoughts on their trips, the credits, yes, airline credits and points and miles. So visa rejection, just a little bit of safety here and there. So I've seen another. Sorry, say I've seen another one. Eating something in Thailand. Okay. Okay. Have you come across? Okay. Okay. Mm. Makes sense. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes when a post is serious and I see people laughing at it, I'm like, did they make a mistake to like, click that? It's possible to. So someone says that like their visa was rejected. If you're staying in Vietnam, London. Okay. Okay, so went to the Philippines and they're asking if it is safe. Okay. Mm. Okay. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, this was not the one I saw yesterday. Those ones that are concerned about the typhoon. I'm happy to. Okay. Mm. Yeah. And I think it's interesting some things in this group because if people actually like sending their message to the group with a nickname, and what that means is that I'll never be able to directly reach their Facebook profile exactly. Um, okay. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Wait, but this is a sad story. I think it happened a long time ago. I think a family died on a trip in Air India, so everybody's just in the comments sharing their thoughts about that aircraft. And then again, the issue of safety pops up. I think that, I mean, shout out to companies who, I don't remember their name, but one had reached out to me in the past for a partnership. Companies who allow travelers to like prepay their travel, you like before you travel. Then there's also another company that I know of that helps travelers like travel. But what you do is you pay a fraction of the fee before you leave. Of course, there's a lot of paperwork to do there so that people don't run away. Because I know of tourists who agents or tour operators are allowed to come on a trip, and then they're like, oh, when they get back to where they're going, this person was on the US specifically. They were going to, and then it was a South African tour operator that they were going to, pay the balance. That's an arrangement I personally would never agree to. But shout out to tech companies that are doing stuff like that. So, because I mean, at a point it is needed, right? Because again, the cost of moving the world is expensive to an average income earner, right? And then shout out to volunteer hosts too. They're making it very easy. So maybe the only thing you really would have to worry about is your flight ticket, and you don't have to worry about accommodation and stuff like that. But really, how many people actually know about volunteer host? And then specifically when people are traveling, we're all like traveling for several motivations. But I feel like if you're traveling for like vacation and some other things, I guess you should have like buffer cash to do stuff before leaving like your country. But then I also get but in some cases, I don't know. I guess yeah. And thank for like these companies that are just popping up really. I think it's just important that we should all be sincere with ourselves. Mm-hmm. Okay, so someone is asking if it's safe for them to travel in Madhya Pradesh, and then yeah. So I'm looking at the comment section right now for that specific questions. Question. Yeah, someone just said it's not safe to travel there in the night. Okay. People saying wrote in Indian. I mean, in the local language, I don't understand it. Okay, most of you here are saying that it's safe, and then there's no personal experience enough for me to decide to go after this. Uh, so for this, I'm stopping at Ponima Ejamadi. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. So when I go ahead to keep at it later in the day, this helps me identify the last thing I checked. Thank you so much for tuning in today. See you tomorrow. Bye.